Hey, Killer Frogs. What we got here? We got three-time All-American Greg Scholars and his beautiful man. You're an overachiever. What's up with that, Camille? The beautiful Camille. Hey, Killer Frogs. Not going to believe who I got here today. I have a true TCU legend and a legendary Hall of Famer here, Charles Coody. Hey, Killer Frogs. Hang on here. We got him. He's sitting here talking away. This is Walter Sosa, All-American at TCU from 1997. His beautiful wife, Tammy, wow. You're an overachiever, too, aren't you?
Yes.
I got all these overachievers today.
Yes.
What's going on? What's going on with that? Hey, Killer Frogs. Look here. We got Hall of Fame inductee, R.E. Dotson. What's this like to you coming here today? I mean, this is, you've had to hope for something like this in your life, or was this a pleasant surprise?
Well, it was a very pleasant surprise. At the same time, it's a very humbling honor, but it does give me a chance to do a little reminiscing with in the good old days.
Yes, sir.
And sharing this with my teammates.
Right. What's it like being here at Hall of Fame weekend?
Oh, this is always a treat to me. Every year we come back, we get to see some old friends, and get to be a part of something that will be a memory for the rest of their lives. This is just amazing to me.
Now, Greg, you went in 2002.
Yeah.
And where does that mark on your board of accomplishments?
Oh, it is. I never leave the house without my ring. It's probably the greatest. To be growing up here in Fort Worth, always kind of being in the backyard of TCU, and then being recognized by the Lettermen, by my peers. Oh, it is. It's the greatest event in my life, to be honest.
Well, I've got to admit, Greg's a good friend of mine. Outside of here, he probably wouldn't admit to that. His status just went down with that. But I'm proud to know Greg.
Oh,
Greg is a great guy here. I can tell this to the Killer Frog board. The bad thing is this guy actually roomed with Still Frog. And so this guy, you should have seen it for the rest of your life. Well, we won't mention who Still Frog is, but the board knows who he is.
He put up with me, too.
He put up with you, too. Well, let's have a great time inducting these new people, our new frogs today in the Hall of Fame, and it's going to be a great event.
It is. You can feel it in the atmosphere. There's just a bunch of good people here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Are you excited about this weekend?
I am thrilled. I'm beyond honored, and it's amazing. Now that I'm here, it's a little settled down. Finally, the event's here, and I'm just over the moon.
Well, that's great. Well, you were well deserving of it.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here. I know you're an All-American. What was your stroke of your main stroke there?
I swam the 200 IM, the four individual.
That's everything. Wow.
Yes. And the 400.
You're a horse, man.
And the 200 butterfly as well.
And a butterfly.
Yes.
You got the big shoulders. Why? I could have been a butterflyer. I mean, like
of
that.
course you could have.
As slim as I am.
That's
and
right.
Sleek,
That's right.
Thank you.
It helps to keep you up in the water.
Absolutely. The buoyancy factor,
That's
right?
right.
There you go. You played back in the day. I believe your last days, 61, somewhere in there?
Football season of 60.
61 back in there in 1960. And you were back in there with Lily and Swink, and you were back there in the backfield with some of these guys kicking and running and everything. Those were some of the last of the great days before we returned to prominence, in early 2000. Those days meant a lot to us.
Well, they did. They meant a lot to all of us. Through the years, we can look back and see the fact that Coach Martin was kind of like I'll say tonight, the Mac Brown of the 50s,
Right.
And that's the reason we won the conference four times in the 50s.
We know that your center point of your career as a golfer, and everybody knows who Charles Coody is, winning the 71 Masters, and I know you have to talk about that all the time, but we know that must have meant a lot to you to be there. But what was it like, really, coming from TCU to get to that point of being the Masters champion?
Well, of course, TCU was a great experience in my life. Both Lynette and I graduated from here. I beat her out of high school 2 years and out of college 3 months. So
Yes, sir.
I waited around for her. That's what I tell her.
Yes, sir.
Everything. But TCU was a wonderful place. We loved it here. And as soon as we got out of school, we went into the service for 3 years, and then we started the tour, and the tour was a blessing to us.
What year did you start the tour?
I started in September of '63.
September of '63.
I was a little later than most guys. I was 26.
You were 26 when you started there.
And, but it was a wonderful life. It gave us everything that we have. And, we're blessed with 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and 4 great children.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're proud of all you guys, and proud that y'all are Horned Frogs. I know you guys y'all root for as hard for the Horned Frogs as you do your horns. So we definitely appreciate that. And
Well, Deidre's had 2 to graduate from TCU. Dawn's having 1 that's graduating
Wow.
right now. So we got 6 that's graduated. 7th should be
family
there.
Horned Frog, and your recent son that passed away recently, he was actually a member of the Horned Frog football team back in the middle 80s. Dodd was, and I know Dodd would have thought it special to be here, and I know he's proud of you that you're in this today. We appreciate each of y'all being here, and let's have a great weekend together. How about a big Go Frogs from all of you?
Amen.
Go Frogs. Hey, Killer Frogs got 3 great guys here today out here at the Hall of Fame event. We got Double D, a regular on Killer Frogs, Hall of Famer Dennis Nutt. I mean, from Arkadelphia, Arkansas now, right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
You're coaching at OBU, is that right?
That is correct.
All right. You need me to come up there and help with your point guards, any?
We could use your help right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
We're struggling with our turnovers.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to help you much there. Then we got former trainer Brad Esco with us, too, today. These are all great guys. Hey, Killer Frogs, look who we got here today. We got former sensational linebacker from that 2000 team right there, Shannon Brazil, and I don't know who this other guy is. Hey, Killer Frogs, we got some great frogs here. To my right, Hall of Fame kicker. Oh, gosh.
Mike Reeder.
No, I know who it is. I just wanted to read frog to a lot of you guys. Whatever. Can I tell you your other? Yeah, you've got it on there. Bloated frog.
Yeah,
too.
that's fine.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a Killer Frog exclusive for sure. We're glad to have you out here today. We got a couple of other greats though. We got Greg Blackwell, who is the head of our Lettermen's Association. Done a wonderful job of turning around our Lettermen's Association in the last. How long you been with us now?
7 years.
7 years, and he's
Seven
got all
wonderful years.
And we're the number 3 Lettermen's Association per membership per school in the nation, and that's amazing. And that all happened through Greg's leadership and stuff, and that's wonderful. And then we have legendary coach Lance Brown. Hey, Killer Frogs, got another Hall of Fame inductee today, Ellie Gibson from 1989, All-American, and we're on her turf today. She was a golfer here, so we're out here at Hawks Creek today, and are you hitting them pretty good today, Ellie?
Well, I'm hitting them pretty good. Not as good as I'd like. My brother and my nephew kept me out a little bit late last night.
Kept you out a little bit. Night celebrating. Hey, Frog Nation, look who we got here. We got recent, as of last night, Hall of Fame new member for TCU, Michael Frater, who happens to be one of the fastest human beings in the country. Well, country, not your country. Let's say the world. You're one of the fastest human beings in the world. All-American kicker, Nick Brown. I mean, and not just a football star, soccer star. You know, last night I talked a lot about Nick. Your travel escapades. What would happen? You'd play soccer on Friday night, fly in late, get in for a football game, and then fly back out to the East Coast or something on Sunday to play soccer. I mean, there's not been many athletes that's done that at TCU, not in modern times, I don't think in any time. What a treat and privilege that was to see you do those things. Was that tough on you?
Yeah, it was it was tough, and when I look back, it was pretty crazy to think I did that. It probably wasn't the smartest for the football games to have those heavy legs on Saturday, taking the 4 a.m. flights back, but somehow I managed to make it work early on, and I didn't have to do that as much at the end.
Hey, Killer Frogs, look who we got here today. Man, we got 3 superstars from TCU. Recent. There we go.
This was a picture.
There we go.
You want to quit hugging now?
There we go. Y'all watch that hugging. Nice. Yeah, y'all watch the hands back behind here. Hey, we got Adam Rubenson today, recent Hall of Fame inductee as of last night. JT Augenbach, football 2002. Sean Stilley, who forgets Sean Stilley from the Liberty Bowl? Man, he absolutely kicked Colorado State's butt that night. And we got some great.
Did too.
Well, you were there too. You were there, but you're a lineman. We don't get any credit, man. That's what I'm saying. That's LT. I'll be dog. We got LaDainian Tomlinson there today. Hey, guys, it's Hall of Fame weekend. LT, I know you went in just a couple of years ago. What did that mean to you coming into the TCU Hall of Fame?
It meant a lot. You know, no one go into playing college football and, playing on great teams and expect to go in the Hall of Fame. You just don't do that. you know, you work hard while you're here in college. You have fun with some great teammates. You win games, and then you end up in the Hall of Fame.
Right, and what a career you had at TCU then, and of course the pros. We've talked about it before. LT, great time, and now you're on the NFL Network.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Working there, and the fine spokesman for TCU, and still got the LaDainian Tomlinson Saving Lives Foundation and stuff. It's doing well, and what a great spokesman for TCU. You do a little work with him on that, don't you, Shannon?
I do.
Anyway, is he kind of your right-hand man?
He's the
LT?
director of the.
He is the director of it. Shannon, tell me, buddy, how's it going with you? Now I know you're not in the Hall of Fame yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But you do have a Hall of Famer in your family, don't you?
I've been blessed to. I've been blessed to be a part of the board and have the opportunity to vote my best friend and my wife in the same class. So I was honored to be a part.
And
of
it
that.
was certainly not a rig deal because this woman's well deserving.
Yes. Yeah.
Not really for her accomplishments, even though those were beyond us, just for being married to this guy.
Whatever.
Anyway, so that's kind of like LaTorsha and you. I mean, she's put up with a lot too, hasn't she?
Yes, and she's strong because she's a frog. You know, she went to TCU, and so.
And how's her singing career doing?
It's going well.
Going well.
She's actually getting ready to release her album later on in the year, and so we're looking forward to.
Well, that's awesome. We're looking forward to hearing it. Yeah. Glad to have you here again, guys. What's Hall of Fame weekend mean to you, Coach Brown?
Oh, it's a great weekend to bring some of the really true great players in our history back and their families and everything. Just such a neat event. Last night was really spectacular, I thought. It was a great.
It was really good.
Night. Yeah.
That was awesome. Reader, I mean, you went in the Hall of Fame several years ago. Had a couple of kickers going last night. What'd that mean to you?
It's great. I said we need to keep boosting membership for the kickers.
Membership in the kickers.
We're overlooked and undervalued. And
absolutely.
It's about time.
And you got a big, huge compliment from Nick Brown.
Oh, I know.
Hey, he looked up to you in the deal. And that had to mean something.
Absolutely. I did not expect that. And Nick's a great guy and a real tribute to TCU and the types of players that we put out.
What did last night mean to you?
It was amazing. It was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I never thought I would be so excited to receive such an honor. And it was red carpet. Red carpet,
and it is very nice. If you've never been to a Hall of Fame event, don't know what you're missing at TCU. I think it's one of the best things that is done by TCU, and as a proud Letterman of TCU, it's something that we put on. And if you ever get a chance to get a ticket to that thing, you about ought to grab it. But Ellie, last night you gave a fabulous speech, and we're just so glad to honor you and your accomplishments and what you've done. And I know that your years at TCU had to have a big impact on your life.
Absolutely. I'm blessed with the education I received, the friends I've made. I have two of my good friends out here, and then one of my former teammates, Trisha Allen. She graduated in '92, I believe. So we're having a great time.
Great. And where are you at now? Where are you located?
I live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix. All right. Well, it's nice and dry out there, and you stay on those golf courses a lot out there?
Not too much.
Not
actually,
too much anymore.
Work is getting in the way.
Work's got in the way with you. Well, we're glad to have you out here. Congratulations here. How about a big Go Frogs for the Go Frogs. There we go. Thank you, Ellie. Well, I think we also touched on this last night a little bit. It's amazing. We know Gary Patterson from Gary Patterson. He's very protective of his football players.
Right.
But he actually gave you the ability to do this by letting you do both ways. And that's a pretty big tribute to Coach Patterson, that he had enough faith in you and your abilities, especially you weren't going to go out and wreck a knee that soccer deal the night before when it was important to win a game the next day.
Yeah, that's true. And there were some tight ones. There were some soccer games where I definitely came in a little sore. I had a Charlie horse, and of course didn't say anything to Coach, but as long as I got through the game and did well, then he let me continue doing it, and I really appreciated it and showed a lot of faith in me.
But really today, the guest of honor is one of our guests of honor is Adam, and we're on your home turf today. We're playing on a golf course. You were All-American, one of the greatest golfers ever here at TCU. What does this honor mean to you, Adam?
Oh, it's tremendous. For me and my family, it's tremendous. My dad being a part of this, my whole extended family is here at TCU. These guys being here, who I live with, I mean, it's special.
Right.
It's special.
And it had to be. And you gave a great speech last night, and to play the game you love, which is golf. You know, all us old linemen, we wish we could play this game more. Right? But it's a game everybody can play. But you excelled at it, and you excelled for TCU. I mean, now is this
longest drive?
Who is that? Is that yours, JT? No, it wasn't Stilly. That was yours. Okay. Well, I heard Stilly had the longest putt today, like a foot and a half.
You see those two balls in the sand right back there? That's me and JT.
You're part of the Jamaican national team, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you got all that good running advice and all that good character from being here at TCU. Is that not correct?
Exactly.
Exactly. I know you gave a very nice speech last night, and a lot of people talked about your speech. And I know you do a lot of good for your community in Jamaica and things like that. What does being here for Hall of Fame weekend and getting inducted mean to you, Michael?
I mean, as I said yesterday, it's an awesome feeling. It just shows that people appreciate what you've been done, the hard work you've been putting in, and the support system that you have. I mean, TCU made me into the person that I am today. I mean, it was an awesome experience going to TCU, and it's just a model university for those out there leaning towards.
You're proud
TCU.
of your university, like we all are. Isn't that great?
I'm very proud.
Very good. So, and would you tell the Frog Nation that I am working with you a little bit on your start? We've been out here working a little bit on that. I paced him a little bit this morning. He couldn't keep up, but we're working at it, right?
We're working at it.
We're working at it, you know. And if Usain Bolt needs some help, you just tell him I'll fly over there. I'm not cheap, but I'll come, okay?
I'll refer him to you.
All right, very good. Well, how about a big Go Frogs, Michael, and congratulations.
Go Frogs.
There we go. Guys, what's it mean to be out here? Dennis, let me ask you. It's been a couple of years since you went in. What did Hall of Fame weekend mean to you when you were inducted?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a special day for me, just seeing all the old friends and all the teammates that came back, and all the memories come back, you know, in a hurry. So it was good times here spent at TCU, and just really enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it was a great time when you were here underneath the Killer Frogs back then, and of course you spent a little time with the Dallas Mavericks too, didn't you?
A little bit. You know, you had to get there early to see me, but I was there.
It was early. I do remember. Well, you did get in because I do remember he was the like a 3-point specialist before we had 3-point specialists back then. You know,
that's right.
You would like to have that 3-point line, wouldn't you, in college? That would have been.
It was bad timing for me.
One of the quickest releases you would have ever seen, and we're talking about basketball here. So anyway. What's this weekend mean to you, Nick?
It's such an honor to come back and see all of these legends and to realize that you're in the company and just feel humbled by the group that I'm joining. And it's a fun weekend. Last night was great, and today's been great. The weather's it's holding off on us. It's letting us still play. So I think it's going to be fun from here on out.
Hey, I'll take for an old fat boy like me. I'll take a little drizzle to the 100 degrees with humidity. So this is nice out here. Well, come on, a little bit of rain. It won't hurt me at all. Well, anyway, we want you to have a great time. Hope you've had a great time, as you said you have. I know your parents were a big inspiration. You mentioned that last night too, in supporting you, and they were going one way and the other too, weren't they? I mean, one would be on the East Coast supporting you in soccer, while the other one was back home or on the road wherever we were playing.
That's right.
Pretty amazing folks to bring out such a great young man. We're honored today to have you as part of the Lettermen's Association and as part of being the TCU Frog community and Letterman to be a Hall of Fame member, and congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
How about a big Go Frogs?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs. Guys, man, I want you guys to have a great time out here. I know it's a little dreary, rainy today, but beats that heat, doesn't it?
That's right.
It's a good day.
All right.
Brad, good day.
You and Double, y'all were in at the same time, weren't you?
No, we were a little apart. He didn't. When did you come? 90?
Spring '89.
Spring '89.
I was already pretty much.
Yeah, I did 3 years in Austin and finally realized I had to get out.
I had no idea that that you had that kind of impairment working. Thank you. You got that resolved.
I
here.
did get it resolved.
And what you've really overcome is being John Denton's brother. Is that not correct?
Yes. Now if I can just get still to behave.
No, that's impossible.
He needs to be banned.
He needs to be banned. I agree with you. You know, if you can get Wes to do it, I will do it.
Still's new name is Rust-Oleum.
Rust-Oleum for Still. Well, guys, you guys, like I said earlier, y'all have a great time out here today. glad to have you here. And how about a Go Frogs here?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs.
Band still.